She is Lisa Spencer from the Indiana County Department of Human Services, and our conversation brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Lisa, good morning.
Good morning. It's
Hey.
been a while since I've spoken to you.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear your voice again.
Yeah, well, I blame you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Lisa, this has been a tough year. Nobody will dispute that. And there are folks who have handled it in different ways. We've had stories every day of the way people are coping and the difficulties that some are having coping with everything. Indiana County has a number of different agencies, offices, resources that can help people to find some answers in very tough times. And I wanted to talk with you about some of those today, particularly when you're thinking about mental illness, mental health issues. So let's begin our conversation there and talk about some of the services that are available for folks that maybe they're not aware of, maybe they are, and they haven't considered themselves to be that seriously impacted that they don't need to. But it's great to know that those resources are there.
Yes, that is where I'm going to try to go through this a little bit slowly because there will be a lot of phone numbers involved in this. So hopefully we'll be able to post this and people can go back and if they missed a phone number, they can grab one. But I think you summed it up really perfectly. This has been a weird year, and I think people are trying to figure out how to cope, but it seems strange to people that want to be with their families, that can't be with their families, that are Zooming with their families. It just doesn't feel normal, but it's the best we can do right now. And even in a year where we wouldn't have COVID-19, we still have, a pretty decent percentage of the population where people are struggling with anxiety, depression, loneliness, isolation, and other stressors, during the holiday season. And one thing that we particularly want to focus in on is sometimes, that can lead to suicidal ideations. I think for this year so far, I think we've had 9 suicides, and we really don't want that to get any higher. So the first thing I'd like to do is go give you the crisis line through Indiana County, and that would be a local number that can provide anybody service in time of a crisis. So that local number is 1-877 333-2470, like 24/7,
Okay.
0. So let me do that one more time just because I messed that up. 1-877-333-2470. And so that would be our local contact. But what's been really nice is at the state level, they've really tried to get some different options going here. So there is a Persevere PA that is a Department of Human Services at the state level, a mental health support and referral helpline, and that's also available 24/7. And it's a free resource, and it's staffed by counselors available to counsel Pennsylvania struggling with any kind of challenging emotions that they might be experiencing. So that number at Persevere PA is 1-855-284-2494. So we want people to know that there is help out there, and we want them to reach out. Now, veterans in particular can be really affected by this pandemic because of the isolation and not being able to see their families. I know that it's been extremely hard for me personally because when my son Jake got back from his deployment to Afghanistan, he came back in February, but we have not been able to see him yet. So we haven't seen him for over a year and a half, and it's really hard. And, it creates a lot of stress on families because you just want to be with your service member and your loved one, and we can't even figure out how to see him. So there's a special Veterans Crisis Line that can be reached at 1-800-273-8255, or you can even text at 838-255. They also have a chat option that's available online. If you go to the www.veterancrisisline.net. So just type in veteranscrisisline.net,
Okay.
all one word. And so that is also, we just have to pay particular attention to our service members, because 1 in 4 active duty service members report some kind of post-traumatic stress disorder, and that's pretty high number. That's 25%. So
Yeah.
so then if we move on to the substance use disorders, then there is the Department of Drug and Alcohol at the state level. They maintain a toll-free helpline that connects callers looking for treatment options for themselves or for their loved ones, and maybe even just to get resources that they can find in the community. So you can reach the Get Help Now helpline at 1-800-662-4357, which the 4357 spells help. So you can also think of it as 1-800-662-HELP. And that is also a 24/7 helpline available. And, we're just giving all these numbers out. We know that this has been particularly a very difficult year for many people, just because I personally know people that haven't really left their home since March, and that just can't be healthy. I mean, even if they could go out and take a drive and not stop anywhere just to get out of those same 4 walls, we weren't made to live in isolation.
Mm-mm.
So I just really want to stress to everybody, there are many resources out here, and that people are not alone. And even if you need to call just to have someone to talk to get through that loneliness and that feeling of anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
then you will be better served to just call the number and have somebody talk you through that, so that you can kind of de-escalate all that stress and anxiety.
I know that within your office, the Department of Human Services, that you've got a lot of contact with other agencies, either within the county or even outside agencies, and so everybody is concerned that the people with whom they deal on a daily basis, or even once or twice, just to whatever their issue might be, they're concerned and looking for signs that somebody might be in a little bit more trouble than even they recognize. And that's a very important thing to understand, is that there are signs that people will give when they're struggling, and they might not even know they're giving them.
Yes, and I think one of the things that Indiana County should be really proud of is how well these agencies with our department, how well we interact with each other. We are work very closely with the mental health, the behavioral and developmental health programs for Armstrong and Indiana County. We work extremely close with the Drug and Alcohol Commission and with ICAP, and all these different entities and agencies that come together. We're all in it for the same reason. We just want to help people. Mm-hmm. And I think if people, particularly now that we want people checking on their neighbors, because if you haven't seen somebody out and about for weeks at a time, or even a few days at a time, if you're so used to seeing somebody out and then you notice maybe a week or so has gone by and you haven't seen them, just give a quick call. Or if it's safe enough and you can wear a mask, run over and knock on their door just to make sure that they're okay. Because I know the coroner, Jerry Overman, very much talks about how important it is for us to check on our neighbors during times when people are pretty much staying to themselves.
Yeah. Well, there are physical needs that you can see right away need met, and just by getting face to face with somebody, even if it's only briefly, and even if it's at a distance of 6 or more feet, and even if it's behind a mask, you can see the physical signs, and it does not take long before you can understand and recognize some of the signs of mental distress that someone might be in as well. It's good to be able to look at someone and know them well enough that you know when there's some trouble.
I absolutely agree with that. I think people do, and sometimes people will individually reach out for help, I mean, that's really great. That's what we're really striving to get everybody to do. But sometimes, for whatever reason, they're more hesitant to reach out to, just help themselves. And sometimes you can be that friend or that family member that just gives the little nudge that says, you know what, I'm really worried about you. I really am worried that maybe you need to talk to somebody. Could I help you? Could I figure that out with you? Could I call with you? Just to, that might be all somebody needs.
Yeah.
And then you'll know, if they embrace that, then, you've done a really good thing, because it's not going to get any better if we don't try to make it better. And so I think other people who are watching their loved ones or anybody becoming more and more isolated, that's the perfect time to be reaching out, because we're all in this together, and we're going to have to go through this together. So while we want everybody to stay safe, but you could just knock on a window and have them see at the window, like, wave to you, hey, I'm good, and particularly the older people in your neighborhoods, if you can really, just watch, for people, or if you could, and I know several people that I've extended just, hey, if I could run to the store for you because I have to go anyway, instead of you going out, let me just pick up the stuff you need, and I'll just drop it off on your back porch, and you can grab it whenever, So just little things like that, so we can try to keep those vulnerable populations out of the stores at this time, because, they seem to be getting the worst of the COVID-19 symptoms. So, just something as simple as trying to help somebody just navigate and get to the store.
Department
of
Human
Good luck finding toilet paper, right?
There you
That's
go.
really hard.
There you go. The Department of Human Services touches the lives of so many parents with young children who might have some issues, the children themselves, elderly, veterans. There are a lot of people who fall under the umbrella, and there's help out there for anybody who's suffering mentally or in some other way. And all they need really do is give you a call, and you can direct them in the right direction, correct?
That's exactly it, yeah. We're a very good referral source, so I can give you that number, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's 724-463-8200, extension 3, and that will hit our information and referral line.
There you go. There you go.
And we're happy to do that for anybody.
And I can only imagine the size of the hug that is coming to Jake when you're able to finally meet up with him face to face.
Oh, it's been a really, really long. I haven't seen him for over a year and a half, and I feel like he's back in the Q course again when I couldn't see him for almost 2 years. That was crazy. And, I'm just praying that things open up a little bit so I can be with him.
Don't break a rib.
I know, but I can't promise anything right now because I'm missing him terribly. So, and he's missing us too. So, we're just praying that everybody stays safe this holiday season. Reach out for the help when you need it, and help your families and friends and others who may not be seeing it inside themselves, and maybe be the little nudge that helps them stay healthy as well. And if I may, I just want to say on a personal note, I do want to thank everybody throughout the county. So many people have. I want to thank everybody just for the well wishes and the prayers on the passing of my mom. It's been a really hard time, but just having so many people reach out. She passed away November 5th, and so I just want to thank everybody, because it would be almost impossible to, I'd be writing thank you notes till next year for all the well wishes, and it means a lot, and I just want to thank Indiana County residents who have done that for me, and I just want you to know that it means a lot to our family.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful day today.
All right. Thanks so much, Todd. Okay, take care.
Bye now.
Okay, bye-bye.
There's Lisa Spencer, Indiana County Department of Human Services, with us this morning here on Indiana in the Morning.